The result of the vote is as follows. In favor, 107. Against, 12. Abstentions, 51. Draft resolution A/ES11/L17 is adopted.
In a stunning move, the U.S. abstained from a key vote in the United Nations General Assembly on the 4th anniversary of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. The U.S. abstained from voting on UN resolution calling for an immediate, full, and unconditional ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. A total of 107 countries voted in favor, while 12 were against, including Russia, Belarus, Iran, and North Korea. 51 countries like Armenia, Brazil, Hungary, Kazakhstan, Serbia, the United States, Uzbekistan, and India abstained from voting. During Biden's years of presidency, Washington stood firmly by Kyiv, providing it with weapons and financial aid worth billions of dollars, and spearheaded a diplomatic blitz against Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. But under President Trump's administration, the U.S. policy changed with a cap on funds and weapons. Tammy Bruce, the U.S. Deputy Representative to the UN, explained the latest American move on Ukraine.
While the United States welcomes the resolution's call for an immediate ceasefire, our view is that certain language in the resolution is likely to distract from ongoing negotiations, rather than support discussion of the full range of diplomatic avenues that may pave the way to durable peace.
Ukraine's Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mariana Betsa, warned that Russian aggression is imperial and now colonial in its nature. Russia accused Ukraine of not taking peace talks seriously.
Russia's war of aggression has shattered peace in Europe and around the globe and struck at the very core of the UN Charter and the fundamental principles of international law: sovereignty, territorial integrity, and non-use of force. Russia's war of aggression is imperial and neo-colonial in its nature. What Russia wants to do, what Kremlin wants to do, is to divide the world into spheres of influence and to make Ukraine as a satellite. Russia will not succeed. Russia continues to demonstrate no genuine willingness to stop this aggression. Just throughout 1 week, from 8th to 15th February 2026, Russia launched about 1,300 attack drones, more than 1,200 guided aerial bombs, and 50 missiles against Ukraine, most of them ballistic. On the contrary, Ukraine has shown clear and good faith readiness to pursue peace, including through compromises which are extremely difficult for us, such as accepting the cessation of hostilities along the line of contact. And this is not merely a war against a state, it's a war against people. It's a war against rules, it's a war against law, it's a war against humanity. Madam President, Ukraine did not choose this war. Ukraine chooses peace, Ukraine chooses life, Ukraine chooses independence and freedom.
If the true goal is really peace, then actions must corroborate words rather than contradict them. If the Kiev regime were truly interested in achieving lasting peace, it would focus its efforts on diplomacy, on seeking mutually acceptable solutions, on working out durable security guarantees for both Russia and Ukraine. The draft resolution is titled Support for Lasting Peace in Ukraine, but its content focuses primarily on the demand for an immediate and complete cessation of hostilities. A ceasefire in itself can be an important element of a settlement, but it is not an end in itself. History knows many examples when a hasty truce that did not address the root causes of the conflict turned into just a pause before a new round of violence. It is clear that Kiev, facing serious difficulties on the front line as well as dwindling support from its Western sponsors, is primarily interested in a pause so that it can regroup and rearm.
Trump brought Russian leader Vladimir Putin back from the diplomatic cold. Due to Trump's pressure, both Kyiv and Moscow are engaged in peace talks, aiming at ending the war. So far, both the nations have conducted 3 rounds of peace talks. On Feb 17-18, Ukrainian and Russian officials met in Geneva, Switzerland, following 2 earlier rounds in the UAE's capital Abu Dhabi earlier this month and in January. The next round of Russia-Ukraine negotiations could take place on Feb 26-27, the head of Ukraine's presidential office, Kyrylo Budanov, said. But nothing substantial came out in these peace talks other than a mere consensus on prisoners swap. Meanwhile, Trump, in his State of the Union address, said that he is working hard to end the 9th war Russia and Ukraine, a war which would never have happened if I had been president.
Between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tera.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.